This is Denise Gwen, and tonight I'm going to show you how my mother taught me how to prepare these gorgeous DMC silk threads for use. And my mother was an amazing seamstress, writer, playwright. She wrote a play that got her to a writing competition, and she did all kinds of things. And as I said yesterday, before she died, she gave me a lot of her DMC silk threads. And these silk threads are primarily for embroidery. But it occurred to me that maybe I could try using these silk threads in doing my doll's hair. I've got loads of this stuff. So I'm going to show you. I'm licking it. My mother taught me that the way to separate the threads, because when you're doing an embroidery project, you don't use the complete strand of thread. You actually have to separate it. And so that it doesn't get all snarled, you have to separate the strands because they're fairly thick. And as my sister reminded me, you use your mouth to separate them because you don't want it to snarl. So this is a single strand of thread, silk thread, from the DMC thread. And my mother made beautiful embroidery pillows. She did gorgeous embroidery work. So this strand is 2 threads thick. And I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I should use 2 threads or 1. Should I separate it again? Well, let's try that, shall we? Okay. So that I don't film the boring part of me separating threads, let me stop this for a minute. All right, so I'm back. This is Denise Gwen, and I have separated these silk threads into single strands. And now I'm going to see what happens when I punch it through into the doll's head. And this is the doll, Celeste. Okay. That's a pretty good length. I'm going to do a couple more. It's kind of interesting. Daddy would say this is ironic because back in the day, my mother used these threads to make gorgeous embroidery miniature rugs. And if you make a rug, a doll rug, a miniature rug, in a certain, I forget what scale it is. And I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. But she made a cute little rug for a dollhouse of me and my sisters. And she used a certain, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Thread count? Mesh. And, okay, so there we go. I think single works. So this is going to be a laborious process because I have have to separate it each time. And then what happened was I made the same rug with the same embroidery silk and on a much finer scale. And it makes such a difference, and I'm going to find it and show it to you all later on, not tonight. So, and as another doll person said, this process is time consuming. It's fun. It's not hard. It's just time consuming. And this one woman, I was following her, and she said she watches a movie. So this is Celeste, her head. I completely stripped her of hair plugs yesterday. And today I'm plugging silk thread into her head. Okay. I think I made them too long, but in any event. So that's where we are. So here's Celeste. And this is how she looks right now from the back. Oops. So more on Celeste tomorrow.